Okay, this is session number 10 from the alien contactee. I want to go back into the circle diagram and show some of the sections of it, the subdivisions of it. This is another version of the circle diagram, which has been unlocked by a living human mathematician. You have this mathematical continuum. Now this is a very vague, partial diagram. The aliens only give me partial information. They say it's completely unnecessary for me to have technical details. This is just for the purposes of discussion and visualization. So in this diagram we have a continuous relationship, mathematical relationship, from matter to energy to time to mind or consciousness. And all of this takes place, it exists within an overarching structure of the universal consciousness. Our awareness and perception of the universal consciousness is the major hurdle that we face in passing from a primitive species to the next phase in our evolution, to become citizens of the galaxy as a modern culture. So I'm going to start with one section here, telepathy. This is in the realm of mind and consciousness. This is how the aliens communicate, is telepathically. Now, the Pentagon has figured out how to do this telepathic communication, and they weaponized it and used it against me in the form of mind control, in order to prevent me from recognizing alien contact. Now, the way our culture and our civilization is currently structured, the money meme controls everything. It is infiltrated into every iota of our existence. They have commoditized our existence. So from this point of view, this is how I tried to look at the mind control. What are some legal strategies that a mind control victim could take? Could you patent your train of thought? Could you trademark your train of thought? Could you defend it from plagiarism, like a book or an article? Could you copyright your train of thought? Could you have your cognition or ideation or mentality appraised like a work of art? Could you distinguish your train of thought legally as defensible intellectual property, the way corporations do? Could you publish a representative portion or example of your mentality, the way a scientist publishes a paper in order to establish prior ownership or legitimate identity of said mentality, or exclusive discovery of your own train of thought. Expletives deleted. Could you try to establish a political right to privacy? There's some question whether or not that exists. Could you establish your ideation as a corporation? My Ideas Incorporated, LLC. After I become a personal corporation, can I litigate for backdated implementation of my privacy rights? Can I undertake a regulatory arbitrage and take my copyrighted thought abroad to some safe haven? And so, telepathy in human culture, let's look at it in the realm of jurisprudence as it is currently conceived. In a collective consciousness where privacy is impossible, lawyering and legislation are radically transformed. There is no more lying. Everything is transparent to all parties involved. Even with limited distribution of telepathic capabilities, the entire industry is revolutionized. The possibilities for moderate transition appear slender to me. The object we call communication is changed into a different quantity. That's not small potatoes. Language, a biological object which is part of our human definition in the animal kingdom, is subject to eventual replacement by the new form. The American Bar Association might be interested in finding out whatever has replaced language. So, telepathy, if we look at it outside of the money meme and outside of our current political apparatus, telepathy brings an end to the batch processor of voting, and in it enables fully immersive, fully participatory kind of neuro-democracy with telepathic consensus. Consciousness can also enter into the realm of, into the physical realm. In what seems like magic to me, the aliens say the symbolism beheld in the mind can be brought to fruition. In other words, no more scarcity. The end of the money meme. These are early steps in our emergence into the galactic multi-species civilization. You can essentially materialize whatever you imagine you want to have or utilize. So in the circle diagram, this is where you go from telepathy in the realm of consciousness around to matter and materialization. Now this is such a radical restructuring of our political organization. It's a restructuring of everything, and it'll take a long time for us to accommodate these ideas. So now we have to begin to initially model these things in our minds. So I'm going to keep talking about it It's very difficult to accommodate these ideas at first because they are so transformative.